let's just start with number one. So tell us, what was your highlight of 2022? If you had to pick just one thing, which I know is going to be hard.
SEMA show. Our show.
SEMA show, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolute madness. It's I think there was a total of 300,000 people this year in 4 days.
Wow.
So they beat records as far as the amount of kiosks that were there from different companies, different brands, and the sheer amount of people who just wanted to. This is the first one. Well, they had one last year post-COVID, let's say, but it was Deadsville. There was nobody there. Like I was told by a few brands, a lot of them pulled out, but some other brands, they were kind of looking in the hallways, like where is everyone? And this year it was just pure madness. It was nice to, and finally, except for a few bigger companies that were grandfathered into the central hall, pretty much all the detailing products were in the West Hall. So instead of having to do miles and miles of walking and changing pavilions, they were all under one wing. And so it was awesome. You could just look around and see all the different brands all under one roof and just get to network with people, meet people you've either never seen in person before, might have seen only through Zoom conference calls. You get to chat with them in person, old acquaintances that you see all over again, and just to hang out, meet viewers, of course, in person. That was the most important thing for me. Actually connect with the audience. So it was super intense, but yet again so fun. When you're in it, you don't realize just how privileged or lucky you are, and when it's all said and done, you can't believe you went through all that.
So I've never been to SEMA, but it is definitely a bucket list thing. Yeah. Can you help me put it into perspective just how big of an event this is? So
it's the world's biggest car-related show in the world. So anything, like it could be automotive modification parts, car parts, detailing. There's different categories and they have different halls. So the South Hall, North Hall, West Hall, Central Hall, so on and so forth. And it's just miles and miles and miles of exhibition. My buddy Matt Mormon from Obsessed Garage actually calculated the number of miles he'd walk in a day. So to put you in perspective, he'd walk an average of 8 to 10 miles every single day for 4 days. So you're looking at anywhere between 30 to 45 miles of just walking and walking and walking and just going from booth to booth. So all the exhibitors, basically, they showcase their latest and greatest, their new product innovations. If we're looking at the detailing world, for example, a lot of product unveilings at the SEMA show, which, by the way, I'll have videos on. So Saturday is the first one, part 1, and then next Wednesday is going to be part 2. So basically a recap or my take on the SEMA show. So all the detailing stuff that was unveiled there and meeting just the different brands, and it's crazy. So imagine that 300,000 people just walking around and thousands of exhibitors. So it's you barely have time. You can't do the entire show, especially if you go booth to booth. Maybe in those 4 days, I covered 20% of it. Maybe.
Did the car audio get covered? I know you were a big audiophile. Yeah, did you check that out?
No, because I was super busy on the detailing side. So I mainly focused on detailing. I did go to the Central Hall because McGuire's and Mothers were there. They're grandfathered in, so they're the only 2 big brands that are elsewhere. And Central Hall is like the busiest. Literally, you were shoulder to shoulder with everybody there. It was just a sea of humans. You're going to see that in the video there. I was lucky enough to have a film crew with me for that one. So it allowed me to enjoy the moment a bit more than focusing on filming and editing and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be professional level production.
Oh, I look forward to watching that. Yeah. I love seeing the creative footage people bring back from SEMA.
Yeah.
Some of the best videos I have seen are based on things that happened at the SEMA show.
So like you're there, if you're there during the day and you're there with Turtle Wax, at night when you go back to your room, do you get to go back to your room and just relax? Or are you still full blown, hey, you're doing this at night with us tonight?
I was actually 2 of the 4 days I was at the Turtle Wax booth, and the other 2 days I was free 100% of the time. So I just walked around, and that's where I was able to get footage on my end for my channel. So just meet and connect with different brands. And at night, I was free to do whatever I wanted. So I got to hang out. We went on for a dinner with guys from the Rag Company, Matt Mormon from Obsessed Garage. We were with a bunch of YouTubers as well. I met Larry from Ammo NYC for the first time in person because we've been friends for years, and he was featured in a few of my videos a few times, but I had never actually shaked his hand in real life. So I was able to connect with a bunch of people that I look up to and and that were a huge inspiration to me as well. Jason Rose from Rupes, one of their global training directors who used to work for McGuire's as well. I mean, just a great individual to meet in person. Who else we had? Kelly Harris from the UK, a legendary detailer from over there. So again, first time meeting him, he's like Jim White level kind of stuff in the UK.
Wow.
So yeah, getting to connect with them and a bunch of other YouTubers that were there. Jimbo Balin was there. I saw who else was going around. I saw the Josh V from I'm Josh V channel. Another cool guy. So yeah, we just got to connect. WD Details was there. So it was just cool to see people that do the same thing you do and have their take on things and just chit chat, shoot the shit, and enjoy time together. Yeah, nice. It's something. It's something.
Well, that's awesome. I can see why that would be a highlight, and I know it's not the only highlight of 2022, and we still have a month left.
Yeah.
So you might even have something in store. So, but I just have my eye on the clock. Everybody, we're talking with Pan. We're asking him questions. We're getting his insights. Here's number 2. So this holiday season, I am hoping Santa brings, and I can see in the background, maybe there's a few empty spots on your shelf, but what are you hoping for this Christmas, Pan?
As far as gifts, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't expect much because I always tell my friends and family, don't buy me anything. If I want something, I'll just do it myself. Focus on you guys. Focus on your happiness. But I am expecting, because I'm a big sneakerhead, as you guys can tell in the back. And there's a Jordan 1 lost and found. So they reinstated the original Chicago 1, which I have the original pair. Let me try and pinpoint it. This one here. So that's the 2015 Chicago, super rare pair of shoes.
Yeah.
So they reissued one for 2022, but they call it the Lost and Found. So it kind of looks like it was forgotten in a mom and pop shop. So it has that distressed, aged look to it. So the sneaker heads in Canada, unfortunately, we don't have much places to buy them from. So everything comes from the US. And so mine is currently in transit. It was verified. I purchased the pair from StockX. So I'm waiting for everything to get legit checked. And hopefully I'm going to get that. So that's one pair I'm really looking forward to having or to add to the collection. Yeah.
So you said something interesting there, Pan. You said, I'm not going to ask my family for anything. I've never even thought of doing that. At what point do you get to an age where you stop getting presents and you just buy what you want?
I think well, naturally, financially speaking, from a young age, I did some very good moves, especially in the financial markets. And so I was able to provide whatever stuff I wanted to indulge in. I have all the guy sicknesses, cars, electronics, hi-fi, home theater, stereo setups, headphones, sneakers, watches, you name it, right? And so I provided for myself. And so they realized at a point, they were too nervous or stressed out to, what do we get a guy that pretty much buys what he likes or what he enjoys? And I told him, don't like, think of you guys, give gifts, keep your money. I don't need it. Thank you. But I'll take care of myself and just focus on enjoying getting other people happy if it's possible. So I think when you're to a point where you don't even know what kind of recommendations to give. Oh, top class detail. James, what's up, man? When you don't know what to even recommend or to give as suggestions, maybe it's time to stop hoping for gifts.
Yeah. My son was born on my 39th birthday. And that's the day, not like I was a big birthday present receiver. I've always spoiled myself, not maybe to the same extent you have. But when he was born, he took over my birthday. So my birthday presents are now seeing the smile on his face when I give him presents to make him, happy.
And I think men in general, we just like, well, if I look at the men in my family, I think we like giving more than receiving. So I prefer, I'm super generous with my entourage, and I just like seeing other people happy. And I tell them, don't feel bad, because they're usually, oh man, I didn't get you anything. I know, don't worry. I just want to see their smile and hopefully make a difference in their Christmas. Yeah. So for me, at this point, it's giving more. I prefer giving than receiving.
And I'll send you my wish list very soon. I'm working on it. I'm just doing it in alphabetical order. Okay,